If there's anybody who has problems with entering the information that we asked you to set you up as a guest today, then David is our technical guru on hand, who will help you through that process. So you've all been invited today. It looks like I brought the English weather with me, sorry. The whole idea is that you can enjoy the park just as you would normally, just with using your smartphone. There has been some information leaked onto the various social media. Have any of you read Facebook or Twitter pages regarding Fastlane?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, good, bad, indifferent. Okay. My name is Gary Miller. I'm the operations manager for LoQ in Europe, so I cover a number of parks, not just in Europe, but just outside as well. I come from a company called LoQ, which is the logo you see at the bottom right here. And effectively, what I'd like to do now is just give you a very brief overview of what Fastlane is trying to achieve. As a virtual queuing solution provider across the world, we have today, that is probably the key message. No matter what service level you choose, once you've made your reservation, you'll be given a time when you can access that ride. And that means you can go and get something to eat, you can go to the shop and buy some goods. I'm sure that will make Walibi very happy. Or you can use the facilities, or just sit down and have a rest. And the device will tell you and prompt you when you should be going to the ride of your choice. So that's the whole idea behind virtual queuing, and that's what I mean by virtual queuing, is that there's no need anymore for you to stand in a line, in the wet, in the very hot weather. You can do as you wish until you're prompted to go to the ride. Now the benefits really to you are stated at the bottom of the page here. And as I've said, it's really about planning your day and getting the maximum number of rides, because all you here are probably ride geeks, if that's the right term in Dutch. You all like your rides, and you've been invited here today because the park knows you're a regular guest and you like theme parks. So really with the scheme, you'll be able to do that and get more time to yourself whilst getting on potentially twice as many rides. And I'll explain the service levels, which means you'll get up to many times more rides in any one day. This slide here gives you a brief overview of the pricing and what we call the service levels. If we start with the left column under service level, Walibi Holland have chosen 3 service levels that will be available to all guests that choose to use the Fastlane service. With bronze, what we mean by 100% of the wait time is that, for example, Goliath, next Saturday, we could have queues well in excess of an hour. And if you choose that service, you will have to wait 60 minutes. But you don't have to wait 60 minutes in a zigzag queue anymore. You can wait in the warm, where you can have your cup of coffee or tea or whatever you want to do. And after 60 minutes, the counter that you'll see on your smartphone will allow you to access that ride. The other service levels that we have here, silver, is effectively a more expensive service, but you're paying for half that wait time. So you've now got 30 minutes instead of 60 minutes before you can access that ride on a busy day. And if, in particular, and this is very, very popular in America, the highest level of service just gives you just 10% of the wait time. Means that the bronze guests and the regular guests who don't have Fastlane, whereas they have to wait 60 minutes, you just have to wait just 6 minutes. And depending on where you are, you could be at Goliath and make your way to Crazy River. It may even take you 6 minutes to walk there. So it's very much in a park of this size, by the time you get to your next ride, it's time to get on. Now, on a busy day, you won't have experienced that here or in any other park. So this is where the value of buying Fastlane comes in, that you can effectively get on twice as many rides with silver. Pretty much, you can have a fantastic day if you use gold. The pricing is what we've got here is 15 euros for bronze, 25 euros for silver, and 40 for gold. It's important to note that this isn't a cost per ride. This is a one-off cost per person, all day. Whether you like to go on Goliath time and time again. So you can spend, in a summer day when the park opens at 10 until it closes at 10, you can pay 15 euros and that can be used all day. Unlimited number of rides. Now, other systems that use paper tickets are normally 7 or 8 euros per ride, and they're one-off rides, and every time you want fast access, you have to pay that. So this represents very good value to all our guests, and that's why Fastlane has been taken up by Walibi Holland. The point at the bottom, there are two means to pay. One is through a credit card, and one is through a direct debit card using the Dutch system of Ideal. It's new to us, being an English company, but we've developed an interface with the product that goes through a middle platform called Paythrough, and that will lead you to 6 banks working under the Ideal system, where you get a drop-down list and it will take you to your familiar bank pages. However, today, being a special day and a soft launch weekend, we're bypassing all these costs so you don't have to pay anything. Very shortly we'll be giving you a voucher that you can use to bypass this payment information. But from next Friday, the first day of the Halloween period, all these prices will come into play. And so, I mean, the story for today is that it's a free service for you to use. Try and break. We're looking for your feedback. So, on today, we are giving you the gold level of service. I think with the park being fairly quiet due to the weather, it's probably going to be instant access all day for you. But the principle will work. And hopefully if you're coming back for the Halloween period and you're familiar with the system, you've then got the choice when you come in the park next week to say, do I want to be a regular guest and wait potentially in the rain? Or do I actually want to pay a little bit more and get on twice as many rides? The rides that Walibi Holland have put in place, as far as I'm aware, are the 8 most popular rides in the park. And if you're regular visitors, you'll know all these off by heart. Every one of those has new entrances. Every one of those has brand new signage. The signage is a purple background with the yellow flame for Fastlane. And having been around the park yesterday and checked all these entrances, I think you'll agree they've done a very good job in the park on the design and the finish, that you can't really tell they will be put in very, very recently. Now, I would imagine those 8 rides feature in your favourite rides of the day. If your favourite ride isn't there, then it's probably worth coming to see me and perhaps Mark at the end, and we'll see what we can do. But certainly for today, and for the 9 days of the Halloween period, these 8 rides will be available to all Fastlane users. And remember, when you bought the Fastlane, it's unlimited access, depending on your service level and queue time. The way the system works is that once you've made your reservation, you can only use that one reservation, so it's one at a time. So if you want to book Goliath, you wait for the timer to count down and you go to that ride. When you come off Goliath, you're then free to make another reservation at Goliath or any of the other 7 rides that are on the system. And the idea there is that we can basically control the number of people getting onto the rides. Because we're based in the guest services building, and that guest services building has basically our hub. Because this service is provided over the cloud, and myself and David can access the servers that are actually based in America. So it's a truly international solution. So you can reserve 1 ride at a time, but remember, and I'll say it again because I think the blogs on Facebook yesterday were stating that it was a cost per access, that you can choose any number of rides and access them any number of times you wish during the day. Okay, the next slide is where I ask you to get all your smartphones out. Now, with the exception of BlackBerry users, if you've got a smartphone, can you